Chapter 1. First Contact. The Starlight was humanity's latest exploration vessel, designed to probe the uncharted reaches of the galaxy. Its mission was part of a broader initiative by the United Earth Coalition to seek out new life and establish diplomatic relationships. The crew, a diverse assembly of scientists, military personnel, and diplomats, were chosen for their expertise and adaptability. Captain Liam Stark, a seasoned explorer with a calm demeanor and a knack for making quick decisions, led the crew. He was joined by Dr. Ilara Quinn, the ship's chief xenobiologist, known for her groundbreaking work on extraterrestrial ecosystems. Sam O'Reilly, the chief engineer, was a practical-minded genius with an insatiable curiosity about alien technology. The diplomatic team was headed by Elena Vasquez, a linguistics expert skilled in cultural negotiations. After months of travel through deep space, the Starlight encountered a promising system with an Earth-like planet, which they named Zalonia. Preliminary scans revealed a rich biosphere and signs of intelligent life. The crew's excitement was palpable as they prepared for the first contact. Upon landing, they were greeted by the Zalonians, a humanoid species with azure skin, silver hair, and luminescent eyes. The Zalonians exhibited a primitive technological level but had a complex culture and language. The initial communication was challenging, but with the help of a universal translator, they began to exchange knowledge. The Zalonians shared stories of their world's wonders and dangers. The most captivating was about the apex, a massive predator revered as the guardian of the land. The apex was described as a creature of immense power and intelligence, feared and respected by all. The Zalonians believed that the apex had protected them for generations, maintaining the balance of nature on Zalonia. Intrigued by the tales, Dr. Quinn proposed a mission to study the apex. She saw it as an opportunity to learn about the planet's top predator and its ecological role. Captain Stark, though cautious, agreed, seeing the potential for a groundbreaking discovery. Zephyr, a Zalonian guide and hunter, volunteered to accompany the team, providing his knowledge of the jungle and its creatures. Chapter 2. Into the Jungle. The expedition team, consisting of Dr. Quinn, Captain Stark, Sam, and Zephyr, set out into the heart of Zalonia's jungle. The environment was a rich tapestry of colors and sounds, with towering trees, bioluminescent plants, and a plethora of alien wildlife. The team moved cautiously, aware of the potential dangers. Zephyr shared his knowledge of the jungle, pointing out plants and animals with various uses and dangers. The team encountered creatures with mesmerizing appearances, some resembling Earth's fauna, while others were entirely alien. There were bird-like creatures with shimmering wings, small mammals with iridescent fur, and insect-like beings that communicated through light signals. As they journeyed deeper, Zephyr spoke of the apex's role in Zalonian culture. The apex was more than just a predator. It was a symbol of strength and resilience. The Zalonians believed that the apex could sense intentions and emotions, reacting accordingly. Zephyr explained that offerings were often left at the edge of the apex's territory as a sign of respect and to seek protection. The team eventually reached the boundary of the apex's domain. Zephyr insisted on performing the traditional ritual offering, placing fruits and herbs on a stone altar. Dr. Quinn and the crew, respecting the local customs, participated. The atmosphere was tense, filled with anticipation and a hint of fear. Suddenly the ground shook, and a deep rumble resonated through the jungle. The apex emerged from the shadows, a colossal creature with scales shimmering in shades of emerald and gold. Its eyes, glowing like molten lava, exuded a mix of intelligence and primal power. The team was struck by its majesty and presence, understanding why the Zalonians revered it. The apex approached slowly, its gaze fixed on the humans. The tension was palpable, with everyone prepared for the worst. But instead of attacking, the apex stopped in front of Dr. Quinn, lowering its massive head. Driven by a mix of scientific curiosity and an almost instinctive understanding, Dr. Quinn extended her hand, gently touching the creature's snout. The apex closed its eyes, emitting a low, soothing rumble. The crew watched in awe and disbelief as the apex allowed Dr. Quinn to pet it. This unprecedented interaction left them speechless, and Zephyr was stunned. The Zolonians had always viewed the apex as an untouchable entity, yet here it was, accepting the touch of an outsider. Chapter 3. A Bond Beyond Understanding. In the days that followed, the team continued to observe and interact with the apex. Dr. Quinn, fascinated by the creature's behavior, spent hours studying its reactions and habits. The apex seemed to possess a level of intelligence and emotional depth that challenged their understanding of alien life. It communicated through subtle gestures, vocalizations, and body language, which Dr. Quinn began to decipher. The bond between Dr. Quinn and the apex grew stronger, a relationship based on mutual curiosity and respect. She noticed that the apex was particularly responsive to calm, soothing tones and gentle gestures. It often mirrored her actions, as if trying to communicate in its own way. This interaction became the focal point of the team's research, documenting every detail for further study. The Zolonians, hearing of the humans' extraordinary encounter, were divided in their reactions. Many saw Dr. Quinn as a chosen mediator, someone who had bridged the gap between their world and the humans. They believed that the apex's acceptance of Dr. Quinn was a sign of favor, a rare and sacred event. Others, however, were skeptical and fearful, worrying that the human's presence and actions might disturb the natural balance. Zephyr, who had initially been a cautious observer, began to see the potential for a deeper understanding between their species. He spent more time with the team, sharing stories and knowledge about Zolonian traditions and beliefs. The crew, in turn, shared their experiences and perspectives, fostering a mutual respect and curiosity. As the days turned into weeks, the team gathered extensive data on the apex's behavior, diet, and interactions with its environment. They discovered that the apex played a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance, controlling the populations of other species, and influencing the growth of certain plants. The apex's presence shaped the jungle's ecosystem, making it a keystone species. However, the deeper they delved into their research, the more they realized how little they truly understood about the apex. It was not just a predator, it was a complex, sentient being with its own thoughts and emotions. Dr. Quinn theorized that the apex's intelligence might be on par with that of humans, if not surpassing it in certain aspects. Chapter 4. The Rift. The growing fascination with the apex and the humans' interactions with it stirred mixed emotions among the Zolonian community. While many were intrigued and supportive, a faction led by the elder Makar voiced concerns. Makar, a traditionalist, argued that the humans were tampering with sacred elements of their culture and environment. He believed that the apex's unique status should not be compromised by foreign influence. Makar's concerns were not entirely unfounded. The Zolonians had a deep spiritual connection to their land and its creatures, viewing them as embodiments of natural and divine forces. The apex, in particular, was considered a guardian spirit, a protector of the planet's balance. The idea that outsiders could interact with such a revered being was unsettling for many. Tensions escalated when Makar and his followers accused the humans of disrespecting their traditions and potentially endangering the planet's stability. They demanded that the humans leave Zolonia, fearing that their continued presence would provoke the apex into a destructive rampage. The crew found themselves caught in a cultural and political conflict they had not anticipated. Captain Stark, a diplomat by nature, sought to calm the situation. He proposed a meeting with the Zolonian Council to discuss the concerns and find a peaceful resolution. Dr. Quinn, feeling a deep responsibility for the bond she had formed with the apex, insisted on addressing the council herself. She believed that their interaction with the apex was an opportunity for mutual understanding, not a threat. The council meeting was tense, with emotions running high. Dr. Quinn spoke passionately about her experiences with the apex, emphasizing the creature's intelligence and the potential for a unique interspecies relationship. She argued that the apex had not shown any aggression towards the humans, indicating a willingness to coexist peacefully. Makar, however, remained unconvinced. He warned of the dangers of misinterpreting the apex's behavior and the consequences of disrupting the natural order. He proposed a test. If the apex showed any sign of aggression during a public demonstration, the humans would have to leave Zolonia permanently. The council, after much deliberation, agreed to this condition, setting the stage for a pivotal event. Chapter 5. The Apex's Choice. The day of the demonstration arrived, and the atmosphere was thick with anticipation and uncertainty. The Zolonian Council, along with many villagers, gathered at a safe distance to witness the event. The crew prepared meticulously, aware that their future on Zolonia hinged on the outcome. Dr. Quinn, accompanied by Zephyr and Captain Stark, approached the designated area where the apex was known to frequent. The jungle seemed to hold its breath as they waited. Dr. Quinn called out to the apex with the familiar soothing tones and gestures she had used before. For a tense moment, there was no response. Then, the ground vibrated with the approach of the apex. The crowd watched in hushed awe and fear as the massive creature emerged from the foliage. It moved with a grace and power that commanded attention, its eyes scanning the gathered humans and Zolonians. The tension was palpable, with everyone unsure of what would happen next. The apex approached Dr. Quinn, its eyes locked with hers. There was a moment of silent communication, a connection beyond words. Dr. Quinn reached out, her hand trembling slightly, and gently touched the apex's snout. The creature closed its eyes, emitting a deep, resonant rumble, a sound that was both calming and profound. The crowd gasped, some in awe, others in disbelief. The apex, far from showing aggression, seemed to acknowledge and accept Dr. Quinn's presence. It turned towards the crowd, letting out a series of vocalizations that reverberated through the jungle. Zephyr, who had spent his life studying the creatures of Zolonia, interpreted the sounds as expressions of peace and harmony. The demonstration ended with the apex retreating back into the jungle, leaving the humans and Zolonians in a state of stunned silence. Makar, visibly moved, struggled to reconcile his fears with what he had witnessed. The council, after a long deliberation, agreed that the apex's behavior was a clear sign of acceptance. The humans were allowed to stay and continue their research, under the condition that they respect Zolonian customs and the planet's natural balance. In the following weeks, the relationship between the humans and Zolonians grew stronger. The crew shared their knowledge and technology, while the Zolonians offered insights into their culture and environment. The apex became a symbol of unity and cooperation, a reminder that even the most seemingly insurmountable barriers could be overcome through understanding and respect. Dr. Quinn and the team continued their studies, making groundbreaking discoveries about the apex and Zolonia's ecosystem. They learned that the apex's role extended beyond mere predation. It was a crucial part of a complex web of life, influencing the growth of plants and the behavior of other species. The apex's interactions with humans also provided new insights into the potential for interspecies communication and relationships. The story concluded with a sense of hope and possibility. The humans and Zolonians had not only bridged a cultural divide, but had also opened a new chapter in the exploration of the universe. The bond between Dr. Quinn and the apex stood as a testament to the power of empathy and understanding, showing that even the most primal fears could be transcended through compassion and respect. Chapter 6. A New Understanding. Following the peaceful demonstration, the relationship between the crew of the Starlight and the Zolonians flourished. The Zolonian Council invited the humans to participate in cultural exchanges, sharing their traditions, arts, and history. In return, the humans introduced new technologies and scientific knowledge, fostering a mutual respect and curiosity. Dr. Quinn's bond with the apex continued to be a focal point of study. She and Zephyr began to theorize that the apex's intelligence and behavior were linked to its unique physiology, particularly its neural structure. The creature's brain was highly complex, suggesting advanced cognitive abilities. The team speculated that the apex might possess a form of empathic perception, allowing it to sense emotions and intentions. As the team deepened their understanding of the apex, they uncovered more about its role in the ecosystem. The apex was not just a predator, It was a keystone species that influenced the entire food web. Its hunting patterns regulated the populations of herbivores, which in turn affected the growth of certain plant species. This delicate balance maintained the health and diversity of the jungle. The Zolonians, inspired by the humans' approach to science and exploration, began to look at their own world with new eyes. They started to document their natural history, inspired by the humans' methods of observation and analysis. This shared pursuit of knowledge created a strong bond between the two species, as they worked together to understand and preserve Zolonia's unique ecosystem. Despite the growing cooperation, some traditionalists remained wary. Makar, still skeptical of the humans' influence, kept a close watch on their activities. He feared that the introduction of new technologies and ideas might disrupt the Zolonians' way of life. However, he also couldn't deny the positive changes he saw in his people, who were becoming more open and inquisitive. Chapter 7. Unraveling the Mystery. The crew's research revealed startling discoveries about the apex's biology. Dr. Quinn and Sam, with the help of Zolonian herbalists, developed a non-invasive method to analyze the apex's biochemistry. They found that the creature's body produced a unique set of pheromones, which seemed to play a role in its interactions with other species, including humans. These pheromones had calming effects, potentially explaining why the apex was able to coexist peacefully with Dr. Quinn and the crew. Further analysis suggested that the apex used these chemical signals to communicate with other creatures in its environment, maintaining a form of ecological harmony. This discovery hinted at a sophisticated form of interspecies communication previously unknown to the Zolonians. The team's findings also raised ethical questions. If the apex's pheromones influenced behavior, what did that mean for the humans' interactions with it? Were they truly building a mutual bond, or were they unknowingly affected by these chemical signals? Dr. Quinn wrestled with these questions, considering the implications for their relationship with the apex and the broader Zolonian society. Meanwhile, Captain Stark focused on fostering diplomatic relations with the Zolonian Council. He proposed establishing a joint research facility where humans and Zolonians could collaborate on studying the planet's biodiversity. The Council was intrigued by the idea, but insisted on maintaining strict oversight to ensure that Zolonian traditions and the environment were respected. As the humans and Zolonians continued to work together, they uncovered more about the planet's history and the apex's role in it. Ancient Zolonian texts and oral histories hinted at a time when the apex was considered a divine being, guiding the Zolonians in times of crisis. This reverence had faded over the centuries, replaced by a more pragmatic view of the creature as a dangerous but necessary part of the ecosystem. Chapter 8. The Threat Within. As the joint research efforts progressed, the team uncovered a concerning development: signs of ecological imbalance in certain parts of the jungle. Areas where the apex had not been sighted in recent years showed signs of overpopulation among herbivores, leading to deforestation and a decline in plant diversity. This discovery suggested that the apex's range was shrinking, potentially due to environmental changes or other unknown factors. The situation grew more complex when Makar and his followers reported strange occurrences in the jungle. They spoke of aggressive behavior from normally docile creatures and unusual weather patterns. These anomalies raised fears that the planet itself might be reacting to some disturbance. The Zolonians, who believed in a deep spiritual connection with their land, saw these events as ominous signs. The crew, concerned by these developments, began to investigate possible causes. They considered various factors, including natural cycles, climate changes, and the potential impact of their own presence on the planet. As they delved deeper, they discovered traces of an unknown element in the soil and water, one that did not match any known substances on Zolonia or Earth. Dr. Quinn, alarmed by the findings, hypothesized that this element could be a pollutant, possibly introduced from space. The crew launched a broader investigation, scanning the planet for signs of foreign objects or recent impacts. Their search led them to an unexpected discovery: a crashed alien probe buried deep in the jungle. The probe's technology was unlike anything the humans or Zolonians had encountered before. It emitted a faint but persistent energy signal, which the team speculated could be affecting the local environment. The discovery raised serious concerns about potential contamination and its impact on Zolonia's ecosystem. Captain Stark, recognizing the gravity of the situation, convened an emergency meeting with the Zolonian Council. He explained the findings and the potential threat posed by the alien probe. The council, led by Makar, was initially skeptical, but agreed to a collaborative effort to contain and study the probe. The situation underscored the need for vigilance and cooperation, highlighting the fragile balance between exploration and conservation.